cannot be rehabilitated. We must abolish ICE for good. And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment. I don't know. Oh my God. Oh my God. He sprayed something on her. I need a napkin to know nothing. No, we will.
These headlines keep saying that Ilhan Omar was the victim of an attack, that this guy was a threat. But I watched the video and apparently no one in the media saw what I saw. Look at this, right? Here. I mean, yeah, technically she was attacked, but from her posture, it looked more like she was provoked because her initial response wasn't to step back or even flinch. Quite the opposite. She stepped forward and put her hands up. And by the time security had wrestled the guy to the ground, they may have been protecting him from her. Now, I don't live in Minnesota, so I hadn't seen Omar in action like this before. So right now I see exactly why Trump hates her so much. She's a Civil War survivor turned refugee, turned immigrant, turned American citizen, turned unapologetic elected representative. A person clearly willing to fight for herself, for her city, for her state, and for her country. And when someone comes at her, even if she's caught off guard, her default position is not to step back, but to step up. This was made so much better by the fact that it happened on the same day Trump went to Iowa to stand on the better side of metal detectors and deliver a speech where he complained about how the midterms were unfair to the president before calling out Omar directly, saying that immigrants have to prove they can love our country, that they have to be proud, not like Ilhan Omar. Donald, you want to talk about pride? Because Omar watched as your administration took the lives of 2 of her constituents, so she took up a podium to defend them. And only seconds after demanding that ICE is abolished and Kristi Noem impeached, she's charged by a guy who's twice her size with what looks like a play school syringe full of toilet water. And instead of diving down behind security, she cracked her knuckles and looked like she was ready to level in. And then after they dragged him away, she finished her speech. Because when you're fighting back against a president who, according to post-Minneapolis polls, is despised by over 60% of Americans, while Americans now say 2-to-1 that ICE needs to stop raids in American cities, you finish the speech. This is the pride we need to see in our fighters. Because this is the kind of fight that reminds us of what it feels like to be proud to be an American. These headlines.
This video seems to show that Congresswoman Ilhan Omar was attacked by some sort of substance while speaking at a town hall just a few moments ago. It shows a man that jumped up from the first row while he was speaking.
I don't know.
See the Congresswoman walk back to the podium there. That man jumped up from the first row. He appeared to spray something at her. Then he ran off. The man was then taken down by security and was carried out of the room. Omar insisted on continuing with the town hall and said, quote, "These F&A holes are not going to get away with this." NBC News has reached out to Capitol Police for comments. This video seems
It's just been released what that man sprayed Ilhan Omar with, and I think it makes the story make even less sense. It makes me lean towards it being a planned event even more. You'll never guess what it is. Like, I assumed it was probably like holy water, right? Like, holy water? Bacon water? I don't know. I don't know what I assumed. Turns out, it was apple cider vinegar. Like, who carries around apple cider vinegar, first off? And second, like, I just imagine he had one of those, you know, those condiment bottles that you, like, spray ketchup out of? Like, did he have one of those, like, in his jacket pocket? Like, I'm gonna spray you. Like, it just, that make less sense. I mean, it didn't make sense before, especially when the camera panned into the man's face before it even happened, and then you see her standing up there start to speak, and she's like, her head nods, and then all of a sudden he gets up and sprays her. And she just happens to know that what he sprayed her with is not gonna hurt her. Apple cider vinegar. What? Let me know your opinions. It's just...
I think they should have an investigation on this woman. They should figure out whether she was involved with the fraud. They should have an investigation whether she, staged this incident. And they should have an investigation on whether she married her brother. They should do all three. They should. And in my opinion, I think that's the right option.
Abolishment of the agency.
ICE cannot be reformed. It cannot be rehabilitated. We must abolish ICE for good. And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment. I don't know.
You know, I wouldn't consider myself like a conspiracy theorist, but that's just a little hard for me to believe. The timing seems a little bit too perfect. On top of that, he sprayed whatever he sprayed on her and kind of stumbled goofily to the side until somebody tackled him. And what was funny to me is she went at him like she was really about to give this man the hands. That's what also makes me be like, that seems more staged, so she can look tough and like she's not backing down. Ooh, Ilhan's tough. I'm having a hard time believing this was real. I'm not saying it's not. Now, let me be clear. No politician should be attacked because they're speaking. So let's make that clear. But I'm having a hard time believing this was a very real interaction. Again, it could be. My feelings could be off. It seems like she was waiting for this to happen after she said she must resign. And then, like I said, he gets up and sprays something and stumbles off goofily to the side until he gets tackled. Like, he could have just sprayed her sitting down. So then that means that this was a Trump supporter who got into her event, sat in the front row at the perfect spot for that to happen, and then had the spray, had all this planned out. I mean, is it possible? Yes, I'm just having trouble believing it, especially this part. Ilhan was about to give him the hands. Y'all see that? Yeah, that's just hard for me to believe. Something tells me that if this happened in a dark alleyway and she wasn't in the middle of a room and it was just her and that man who did this, I don't think she would be running at him with a fist. Call me crazy. I think she'd be trying to get away. Again, call me crazy. I don't know, the whole thing just stinks. No pun intended. And you know Democrats are super performative. So maybe a little right-wing political violence will help them with their case against ICE and Kristi Noem. So yeah, I'm a little skeptical, to say the least. But that's all I got for now. Don't forget I have a free email newsletter. I send this out every morning around 7 a.m. Central. The link is in my profile. It's a great place to get direct information from me, and I cannot be censored there. So go to my profile, click that link, drop your email in, hit subscribe, and you'll be good to go. I hope to see you there.
Abolish.
And round of applause for Congresswoman Omar's staff who's here. Hi everyone, I'm Hennepin.
So people are saying that Ilhan Omar's attack was fake, and I believe it, and I made an observation, and you might think I'm crazy. This is Ilhan Omar's attacker, and this is her husband. Ilhan Omar's attacker and Ilhan Omar's husband. Do you see what I'm seeing, or am I crazy? Does he have a brother by any chance? Did she put up her brother-in-law for this, or his cousin? Or I don't know, call me crazy, but that guy looks an awful lot like this guy. I'm sorry, but you can't tell me like, oh, all white people look alike. Look at him again. Look at his face, the beard, the nose, the eyes. Look at the attacker. The nose, the eyes, the beard. Same nose, same eyes, same beard. Am I the only one seeing this? Am I crazy for thinking this? I mean, the whole incident looked fake as hell. Like, we all can agree that it was fake. But the guy looks like he's related to her husband. I'm sorry, but I can't unsee it. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm crazy or if you see it too.
Resign or face impeachment.
Guys, I don't believe for a second that what we saw yesterday when that man attacked Ilhan Omar, that was completely on the level. And I'm going to show you why, right? First of all, you don't get sprayed with an unknown substance, rush the guy, and then go back to the microphone, not knowing what the substance was inside the syringe. This was all very suspect. She didn't go immediately to the hospital, get checked out. That substance could have been anything. It could have been anything. Then they released the fact that this guy was a Trump Republican the next day. So I did a little digging, and this is what I... This is Adam Kazmierzak, or however the hell you say this guy's name. Now, he's had an X account for, as you see, 2 years. 14 following 11 only 14 followers. 2 years, guys. And what you'll notice is the theme on this page is that he has no original posts. These are all reposts. All of them. With the exception of one, which we'll come to here shortly. So all of these you're looking at, these are all reposts. January 10th, 2025, he types in here, why are Democrats using jailed inmates for work? Why did Kamala Harris perpetrate this disgusting pattern? Very weird language to use for anybody. This is perpetrate this disgusting pattern. All of this sounds extremely ridiculous. Then you have the fact that he's sitting in the front row of the audience. He appears to be drunk, completely drunk. He had to cover somewhere a little over 10 feet to get from where he was to where she was. And just before he got up to walk toward her, there looks to be what we think may have been a nod. Take a look.
Or face impeachment.
Couple that with the fact that he had to go through a metal detector and be checked, and he happened to be sit right in the front row. The camera's trained specifically on him. Right before she gives that nod, and he stands up and covers that whole distance and gets to her. And all of this while all this waste, fraud, and abuse is going on in Minnesota. And she needs the story to change, and she needs to be painted as the victim. And then this happens. All of this is way too convenient for me, but what do you think?
And round of applause for Congresswoman Omar's staff who's here. Hi everyone, I'm Hennepin.
Operation Metro Search began. Community members are afraid to go out as a result of the occupation in our city by ICE. Not only is the federal occupation hurting business.
Border czar Tom Homan holding a productive.
Resign or face impeachment. And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
Right. Are you okay? What was that? That was not cool. The only person that has any right to shoot a load of hot goo into Ilhan's face is her brother.
And
Did Ilhan Omar stage this? I'm going to go through a series of videos and photos to explain exactly why it seems staged and why this guy's definitely not a Trump supporter.
must resign or face impeachment.
Of course, we have the Krasenstein twins saying that he's a Trump supporter, but I'm going to prove to you exactly why he probably isn't. In this next video, why would she charge after him and try to make him flinch like this? Watch. I mean, it looks suspicious as hell to me. Guys, leave a comment. Do you think this looks weird at all? And now I'm not trying to make fun of him or his children, but just look at his child. Does that look like a Republican or a Democrat to you? And they use gender terms and non-binary pronouns. I mean, just take a look at these kids. We have a nose ring. You know what that means, guys. And this guy loved funding and helping Ukraine. And then we have people on X and TikTok saying, well, he's racist. He's going after Ilhan Omar. Well, clearly he's not racist because that was his ex-girlfriend. I bet you the same people who thought President Trump's was staged, and they're going to say that this was not staged. Guys, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Hit that follow button. We'll see you in the next video.
Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
Look, she looks right at him.
Their citizenship papers. People are dying in ICE custody.
Somali that state is the there is
chaos erupted at a
Hello, Minnesota. Wait a second.
And make regime change.
As hard as it is to take responsibility.
So, okay.
These headlines keep saying that Ilhan Omar was the victim of an attack, that this guy was a threat. But I watched the video and apparently no